This is one of our largest categories, overflowing with positive lifestyle changes, and as such it's one of the most rewarding categories for us to judge. Important to know at the outset is that any positive lifestyle change is awesome. Even if you only made one, drinking more water, going to bed earlier, cycling to and from work, just one change can have dramatically positive effects with a flow-on effect into every area of your life. This year's female winner, trained by Emma Courtney, is Laura Oddy. Laura made significant changes to much of her lifestyle with wonderful results. In an effort to make improvements on her 4 to 5 hours of interrupted sleep, she altered her family's bedtime routine, from showering the kids earlier to changing the lights in the bedroom and doing more reading, drinking more water, doing daily exercise more often. And the results was an improved 7 to 8 hours sleep a night. She cut down on red meat and incorporated more lentils, beans, fish and chicken into their meals, and bulked up red meat meals with more vegetables. She reduced their processed meats, something they used to have 6 days a week. They are now having only a few times a month. She joined a gym for the first time in her life, started walking her dog 2 kilometres a day, got a hold of a bunch of healthy cooking books, and put together a list of 29 foods she hadn't tried before and started working her way through them, including them into new healthy meals for her and her family. She went to a pool for the first time in over 6 years, took up adult swimming lessons, challenging herself to swim Tri-July without flotation devices. She did aqua fitness classes weekly for enjoyment, she says, and ended up purchasing goggles and a pool membership. Laura has had outstanding improvements in her health and fitness. She made finalist in both the abdominal and flexibility categories. And the winner is Francis, a finalist in both the strength and cardio categories and winner with his wife Sophia of the couples category. Francis, who entered the challenge at the request of his wife, gave it 100%. Among other changes, Francis flagged driving the car to work and started riding his bike, which he told us actually saved him time, giving him back over an hour a week. He started going to the farmer's market to buy more vegetables and tried new recipes. He did a lot of cooking with his wife and adjusted his portion sizes. He told us that previously he would go out and have a big brekkie at a cafe and then go and sit at home in the sun. Now he'll grab a coffee and walk with the dog and have something more healthy at home. We also incorporated activities such as going for a walk after work together, whereas previously we would sit down and watch TV. He said, "I tried new things that were out of the ordinary and out of my comfort zone. I can't really swim, and this was a fear of mine that we managed to overcome together during Tri-July. I went to personal training sessions at 6 a.m. I reduced my coffee intake and alcohol and removed technology from the bedroom. We purchased an alarm clock. This was done so that we could remove phones, iPads and computers from the bedroom. I am now waking more refreshed than I was at the start of the challenge." He says he also stayed healthier this winter even though he was out exercising in winter in the rain. Francis and his wife kept an online journal detailing all the rides and training they did each week and doing a monthly video summary of their efforts. His personal trainer said it was amazing to watch Francis train so hard, not only for this but in support of his beautiful wife. The love he shows through committing to this is priceless, and the bond they have built on as well. Francis is a volunteer firefighter and he has been working so hard to be able to help other people. His trainer finished by saying he's one gem of human. For the overall body category, we look at positive changes in fitness, strength, body fat levels, flexibility, balance, muscle mass, posture, and overall health. This means if an entrant hasn't given us details in all those areas, it's going to be hard for them to win, let alone make finalist. Not everyone enters this category either, but all entrants do have the option to. We totally get that there are many who did choose to enter this category that may have worked really hard during the challenge, achieved a lot, and are feeling the best they have ever felt, or the best they've felt in a long time. And the fact that they are not a finalist doesn't change or diminish their success at all. Our male winner, trained by Micah Lindsay Brown, is Peter Crawford. Micah says Peter made dramatic progress in every aspect tested. Changes in his lifestyle were the foundation where his strength, body composition and cardio fitness all rapidly improved. He doubled and in some tests even tripled in his strength, and as a result he won that category this year. What we didn't mention there was that his resting heart rate also dropped by more than 20 beats per minute. His blood pressure improved and he lost over 20 kilograms in the process and some 20 centimeters from his waist measurement. Peter told us that he had battled with an inflammatory condition and injuries for 7 years, which is how the excess weight slowly built up. Peter said that he is stoked with the results so far, but that he is not finished yet. He told us, "More important for me than the immediate results is that I'm exercising with no injuries. I've developed new habits and have knowledge that will help me for a lifetime. The changes have led to amazing results, but being that they occurred over months, it didn't feel like a big change, nor did it come as a trade-off to other important aspects of my life. The regular coaching and guidelines made all the difference, and I now have better habits that are totally sustainable. Lasting 20 weeks was a goal in itself and the main attraction, but the requirement to use personal trainers and recommending a good one made the journey much more enjoyable and improved the results dramatically." He finished by saying, "It has been a great catalyst for change." Congratulations, Peter. And the winner, who did outstanding in the strength and abdominal categories, trained by Paula Thompson, is Jill Edwards. Jill improved in all her tests, which means she can now bench press 40 kilograms 10 times. She can do 50 push-ups in a minute and hold an abdominal prone for 5 minutes 30. Her results included improved data for squats, pull-ups, tricep dips, clean and presses, V-sits, switch sprawl crunches, side planks and walking lunges. She went from walking to running, increased her pelvic floor strength, lost almost 5 kilograms. Her chest, waist, hip measurements all dropped. In total, those measurements came down some 36 centimeters, and she went down 2 dress sizes. Her subcutaneous and visceral body fat levels dropped, and she went from a metabolic age of 54 years old to 40 years young. At the start of the challenge, Jill told us that due to pelvic floor issues, she had given up exercise altogether, just managing 15 to 20-minute walks. Before getting back into the gym, carrying my bags of groceries was really painful and an exercise that seemed impossible, she said. Once I started training with Chantel, Paula and Andy, I continued to gain strength, lose weight, gain muscle and get a more toned body. I have not only had significant improvements in my fitness, my body shape, but subsequently my self-confidence has increased and most importantly, my pelvic floor has improved dramatically. I have now begun running short distances again and I'm going to the gym 5 to 6 times a week and loving it. I can now complete back-to-back classes of Tribe Core and MetaFit. During the challenge, I also completed several 2 to 3 hour uphill walks. My journey began back in June 2017 when I started seeing Chantel and Paula each week for PT sessions, and these workouts have gradually increased as my strength has improved. I can easily say that I am the fittest I have ever been and love nothing better than getting up a sweat and to push my heart rate up. I'm now comfortable working out in the gym. I feel comfortable voicing my opinion. I'm now comfortable walking into a room full of people, and I enjoy buying new clothes. We are currently building a spec house, and I've been able to help my husband with lifting kitchen appliances, cupboards, and a wood burner into place. I wouldn't even have considered lifting such weights before. I'm able to lift, carry, and play with my grandchildren without feelings of discomfort. As a result of lifestyle changes, my outlook on life is more positive and happier, and my health has improved immensely. My shape is a lot trimmer, which family and friends have commented on. I feel loads better in myself, and my face has changed. My clothes fit heaps better. Friends have commented on how much firmer my skin looks, and my husband has said I am in the best shape now in the 13 years we have been together. My goal at the beginning of the challenge was to be back to my pre-marriage weight in time for our 10th wedding anniversary. I didn't quite make it in terms of weight, but my dress actually fitted better as I was way more toned. She summed up by saying, "A fantastic experience that has made me feel really good about my overall appearance and fitness. I usually hate exercising in winter, but this winter has flown by with the extra incentive of getting to the gym, being weighed each week, wanting to get better results in my PT sessions each week. I would certainly recommend it to others, and I will be back next year." The team category is an optional category for any entrants brave enough to join forces with up to 6 other entrants to have a shot at 3 team challenges. To help pull off the task, each team member takes on a role like the reconnaissance officer, photographer, journalist, health and safety or communication officer, and together they get about organising themselves to do walks, rides, swims, chop wood, do random acts of kindness, and generally spread the love of fitness, all of which they earn points for. We set the team challenges up so entrants have some fitness fun, but also so they can pick up some new skills and practice pulling off events as a team, where each person gets to shine regardless of their fitness levels. The team challenges also serve as a bit of a nudge to ensure all its members cross the finish line of the 20-week challenge, as it's a prerequisite that every team member needs to complete their fitness testing at the end of the challenge and submit their individual report in order for the team to be eligible to win this award. The first team challenge was the survival walk, where teams had to complete a 4-kilometre off-road walk. And we call it a walk, but team members could be carried on stretchers or pushed in wheelbarrows or wheelchairs by the other team members. The team also had to carry survival packs complete with a first aid kit, sleeping bag, food and water. Team challenge number 2 required entrants to do an activity none of them had done in the last 12 months, as well as 2 random acts of kindness. Team Oddhurst headed to the golfing range and as their act of kindness donated bags of toys and clothes to charitable and in-need organisations, as well as collecting rubbish from alongside the estuary. Team A&P went to a dancing lesson and for acts of kindness popped chocolate and inspirational quotes on car windows, as well as organising a big bag of goodies for Women's Refuge. And Team Fruit Loops went and learned how to shear and crutch sheep for their new activity. They organised a care package for the women's shelter in Dunedin and a bag of goodies for nurses in Wellington as a thank you for their efforts helping someone that they knew. challenge number 3 gave entrants a choice to do either a 6-kilometre off-road bike ride where they had to take another entrant with them, an entrant that wasn't already in their team, or they had to gift 1 hour of physical assistance to someone in need by virtue of their age, illness, disability, pregnancy. Or they could climb 50 metres up an official indoor rock climbing wall, or go outdoors and use a qualified rock climbing instructor to climb 50 metres up. Or they could chop, stack and cover safely from the winter rain 2 tonnes of wood. Team Oddhurst chose to provide physical assistance to Farmer Harvey, Laura's dad, who hadn't been well. Together they collected 2 trailers worth of wood and stacked it in his shed. And then they carried buckets of gravel to make a path. For every activity they came up with a song, and at the end they wrote a poem about their efforts. Team A&P went and chopped, or we should say sawed, 2 tonne of wood. They all learnt to use a chainsaw and took turns looking after their children while the others stacked the wood. And Team Fruit Loops went bike riding. We hadn't exactly defined bike riding as bicycle riding, and the Fruit Loops headed out for what looked like a hoot of a time on quad bikes. It's fair to say the teams really were head-to-head in these challenges, but finally it came down to Team Oddhurst and Team Fruit Loops, both who had scored the same amount of points. We should add that the individual members of all these teams did extremely well individually too. All of them were either taking out a winner's spot or a finalist title. So who won? We went back to our first reveal of the rules and the principles about the team challenges. We should say that last year, Team Fruit Loops won this award under the name of We're Wallies, and particularly notable about their effort last year was the holding of a fundraiser aerobics class at their gym, which raised money for a person in need as well as getting a whole bunch of people exercising. It was a real win-win. And also noted in our award speech that year was that their extra efforts in getting everyone across the finish line of the challenge. And it was for similar reasons that this year we decided our winning team is Team Oddhurst. While no act of kindness isn't an awesome one, this year the winning random acts of kindness were those performed by Team Oddhurst. Their acts of kindness in Team Challenge number 2 were a real win-win-win, while picking up bags of rubbish that resulted in a cleaner community while also getting them out exercising, and at the same time decluttering their house of clothes and toys for the benefit of others in need. And none of it required them to outlay any money to pull off those acts. They then scored extra points on Team Challenge number 3 by putting in more than an hour of hard physical time to help out Farmer Harvey, who'd been so ill. We loved that their outfits might actually be helpful in emergencies, and that all in all they embraced many of the initial reasons around why we set up the team challenges after the earthquakes in Christchurch. But as we say, you all really did do a fantastic job, and without doubt watching the teams is one of the most enjoyable aspects of the 20-week challenge. Congratulations to all of you. Our overall entrant award is presented to one entrant who gives the challenge 100%, and in doing so they embrace our 20-week challenge core values. We use a comprehensive checklist from day one to reveal how entrants are lining up for this, and it includes the extent to which they have exhibited courage and a sense of adventure, if they have helped educate others and spread the word about health and fitness, as well as how they get on with all the suggested exercises contained in the newsletters. their attitude generally to both themselves and to others, and how they coped if they fell off the wagon or when things didn't go as planned. We also look at whether they go the extra mile. For instance, did they join in on celebrating another entrant's efforts at the end of the challenge by offering to be a secret amigo? Did they join in on the team challenges? Or if a team wasn't available to them or it broke up, did they still do the team challenges anyway, joining in with family members or non-entrant friends? Or when the 4x4 challenge finished, was that the end of their efforts of trying new things, or did they embrace the principles about why we were throwing these exercises out and keep going with them anyway? This year's winner has already won a category. She's married with 2 children, and her trainer positively raved about her, calling her a machine. Her personal trainer's name is Emma Courtney, and her name is Laura Oddy. Laura began this journey by recruiting 3 others to sign up with her to also do the 20-week challenge, and together she joined them all into a team that took out the Team Challenge award. Each of those entrants mentioned Laura in their reports and were thankful and appreciative of her efforts in bringing them together and getting them going on their adventures and seeing a personal trainer. Laura started seeing PTM for the first time. She joined a gym for the first time and went to an array of aerobic, strengthening and yoga classes for the first time. She has gone from needing flotation devices in a swimming pool to taking adult swimming lessons so she wouldn't need them in order to complete Try July. She has since bought a membership to a gym with a swimming pool and continues to do both. She did all the solo challenges and indeed went well beyond, listing 29 foods she hadn't tried before and working her way through them. Apart from overhauling her lifestyle and winning the lifestyle category and being in the winning team, she was also a finalist in the flexibility and abdominal categories. She also improved her strength, balance and cardio fitness, dropped some 6 kilograms of weight in addition to the 6 kilograms she had lost in the lead up to the challenge. In a nutshell, she smashed her goals. She shared her progress the whole way with weekly updates online with her family and a few close friends. She joined in on other entrant pages and was regularly seen cheering them on. Each month she travelled across town to see her personal trainer and said of her personal trainer, Ems has been extremely knowledgeable about everything health related during this journey. Her programs are super specialised and her passion shines through the support and programs you receive under her guidance. Some 75 personal trainers put their hands up to be involved in this year's challenge. Personal trainers have been the linchpin of this challenge, and it's been our faith in them doing such a great job that has led to this challenge existing in the way it has. While I congratulate and thank all of them for their involvement, I especially acknowledge those personal trainers who really ran with the philosophy of the challenge, reading the weekly material, taking on the ideas we sent out to them in their own superhero magazines, learning about fitness testing, going beyond the call of duty to get people over the finish line, and most importantly, helping us to help entrants not only achieve the goals they came in with, but helping them to better understand and appreciate all sorts of considerations that are important in the big picture of their health and wellness. In choosing the personal trainer of the series, we look at the number of entrants that started and finished the challenge with the trainer, the results of those entrants, the feedback from those entrants about their trainer, professionalism of the trainer, trainers' initiatives over the 20 weeks. This year's winner organised an information evening, getting people together, filling them in on the details and answering questions about the challenge before we kicked off. She then spent the next 20 weeks not just testing and training people, but taking them on numerous outdoor adventures. Her clients described her as supportive and enthusiastic, some commenting that she would never fully realise what a hugely positive effect her words of encouragement and supportive actions were having on them. You will have heard her name mentioned numerous times over the last 6 nights, with some 13 winners and 24 finalists having her as their trainer. Her name is Chantel Lindsay. She has been a trainer on the challenge several times now, and we always appreciate the effort her and her staff go to in supporting the members that do so well in this challenge. As we draw to a close, know that if you didn't win or make finalist, it doesn't mean that you didn't do an awesome job and that you didn't blitz your goals and aren't in the best shape of your life. And really, that's the stuff that matters the most. So congratulations to all of you, your family, friends, personal trainers and health affiliates that have supported you just on putting one foot in front of the other for the last 20 weeks. Hopefully 20 weeks doesn't seem as long as what it did at the outset, and hopefully much of what you tried, you're keen to keep going with. Really, your challenge now is to use what you've learned, whether that was a lot or a little, to launch yourself into an even better place. Use your learnings as a stepping stone to keep moving upwards and onwards. Use those experiences as the building blocks that they are. If you're not a motivated lover of moving and eating well yet, that's okay. But if you think those things are important, then my suggestion is to keep putting yourself in environments that support and commit you to exercise safely, regularly, regardless. And do it while you've got the choice. Book in for scuba diving courses, join a netball team, learn how to climb, buy a 10-pack of beginner yoga classes, join a walking group or join in on another fitness challenge, join the volunteer fire service, start taking rescue dogs for walks. Maybe once a month you get together with buddies to go help someone less fortunate than yourself by cleaning up their garden or chopping them a stack of wood for winter, or maybe taking them out on an activity that they just can't do by themselves anymore. There are many gifts we can give in life, but one of the most valued is the gift to yourself of feeling this world in its fullness with all your senses, and to be able to use your power of movement and energy to help build stronger, happier families, friends and communities. It's been an absolute joy to be able to coordinate this 20-week challenge, and I'm totally excited for what 2019 holds, which is a new challenge, the health challenge of the future, in fact. And everyone that's made winner over the last 6 nights not only shares in the divvy up of a small cash prize, but they'll get a free entry to our new challenge. And the prize is a trip for 2 to NASA. There's a link below if you'd like to register for that challenge, and even if you didn't make winner this year, it will put you in to win a free entry to that one. And it means I can send you a reminder when we launch it. But in the meantime, I thank you all again for your involvement, and I wish you all the very best of health and happiness on the next leg of your journey.